Okay, let's do some sample questions now that show that we can understand the difference between inductive and deductive reasoning. So we saw a question like this a long time ago. It's not quite the same, but it's similar. And it said, which statement, the other one asked us which one was about inductive, and this one asked us which one is about deductive. And now that we know about deductive reasoning, the second two options as the distractors in this multiple choice question are going to make more sense for us now. Okay. So it says, which statement demonstrates using deductive reasoning to show that the product of two even numbers is an even number? Okay, so this one is about multiplying odd numbers, so that's no good for part A. In part B, what we see is that we are multiplying even numbers, but they're just a couple of examples, and that is not deduction. That is induction, so that's no good to us. So then it comes down to an option between C and D. So these are the two that seem to involve deduction because they're using general representations of even and odd numbers. And it just says, which one is the product of two even numbers? So we should know from the representations that we've seen, ways that we represent numbers, 2x and 2y would definitely be two even numbers. These guys here, they'd be two odd numbers. So that one's out. The answer is C. All right. It says, use inductive reasoning to make a conjecture about the sum of three consecutive numbers, and then prove your conjecture. All right, let's give that a whirl. Let's think about three consecutive numbers, and it says use inductive reasoning to make a conjecture. Okay, so let's go with induction first. So what are we going to say to make a conjecture? So three consecutive numbers and the sum. So let's go 2 plus 3 plus 4. That's the sum of three consecutive numbers, and our answer is 9. Okay, let's pick another one. 8 plus 9 plus 10. So that's going to give me a total of, let's see, 18 plus 9 is 27. Okay, let's try another one. How about 12 plus 13 plus 14? I think that's going to add up to 6 and 3 is 9, 39. Okay, that's pretty good. Hold on one sec now. How many of these are we going to have to do? Oh, we should try some negatives just to make sure. Let's go with -4 plus -3 plus -2 and see what we come up with there. I think that's going to give us, let's see, -6, -9. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to formulate a conjecture now about those things. So what's our conjecture going to be? Well, that's where we look for a pattern and see what we can come up with. So what's the pattern here? It looks to me like all these numbers, well, they're odd, but anything more specific, they're all divisible by 3, aren't they? So let's say that, now since everything is divisible by 3 here, I think we're going to make our conjecture that the sum of any 3 consecutive, and they just say numbers, so let's use that word, numbers, is divisible by 3. Okay, so now we have to prove it deductively. So let's try a proof. So our 3 consecutive numbers, let's say they're going to be x, x plus 1, and x plus 2. Okay, so the sum of those 3 numbers is going to be x plus 1 plus x plus 2, which will be 3x plus 3. Or we can factor out a common factor of 3 and have 3 times x plus 1. Okay? So because of this 3 right here, we have a factor of 3. Then we can say, therefore, the sum is divisible by 3. Quod erat demonstrandum. Okay. So make sure that we're comfortable with both inductive and deductive reasoning, because both are important, although for very different reasons. Inductive reasoning is based on empirical evidence, while deductive reasoning is based on logical connections, all about logic. So it is usually through inductive reasoning that we form conjectures, and then we prove them using deductive proofs. Thanks.